y'all life today? Your girl is going home at this point, and I hope y'all are doing okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I really came out for me yesterday. I see 100 and change in my life over time, of course. It was almost like I want to say 40 something minutes to an hour. Yeah. Na 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 na. Do 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 do. I'm doing much better today, guys. Sorry. Thank you. Good morning. But yeah, I need to put my Omni card today. I think my Omni card finished today, or maybe it finished yesterday, and I got to put money on it for today. I don't know. I be putting $50 at a time. I feel like every week. I'm like, it shouldn't be finishing in a week. What's going on? Hey, how y'all doing? Won't you wish your boyfriend was hotline? Don't you wish your girl was like me? Don't ya? Don't ya? Since you're on, you get to see me. I'm gonna have my time, so take it all in. Take it all in. But anyway, how y'all doing today? How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Hope you're having a good day today. Hope you're good morning. Well, I don't know where you are, so it could be good morning, good afternoon, good night. Yes, I'm gonna be doing a podcast recording today with my coworkers. There should be three of us on the podcast. This is not my first time doing like a roundtable type thing, but this is gonna be like more core. I don't know what topics we're gonna do. I have kind of an idea of what topics we're gonna do. Um, we're gonna talk about those things. We're gonna ramble, ramble, ramble. We're definitely gonna talk about the 40% for city reps. We're definitely gonna talk about the cuts and the cuts in general. Um, yeah. So we're gonna talk about those kind of things on the podcast today. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. And we're gonna. Do they have the hype on lives too? I know it's a new feature everybody's talking about on, say TikTok, on YouTube, about hype and. But I'm not sure if it's in lives or it's just only on regular videos. I'm not really sure. But here we are. Here we are. If I could do a live every day, I think it would be very beneficial to my channel. I wonder if this person on right now is the person who's usually on all the time, who supports me silently in the background. I really appreciate you. You put a smile on my face. There's not a smile on my face. It's trust and believe. Um, I really appreciate you coming on all the time. You know you don't say anything, which I wish you did. But sometimes people who support you the most can be the most silent. Oh, no, I don't want to feel like dying. I wasn't gonna go, sir. Trust and believe. I don't want to get hit by a bus. So I was not going today. Getting hit was not in my fortune today. But the people who are the most silent sometimes are your biggest advocates, your biggest supporters. They have your back. Even if you don't realize it, they have your back. That actually gave me light on something else. But yeah, I guess everything has to be said for a reason. Everything has to be thought for a reason. And now I thought about something. Hey, how you doing, guys? How you doing? How's everything? NKS Worlds. That's NKS, right? How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for listening. Um, like sometimes you think something is like, when you say that out loud, you're like, oh, yeah. It's like when you tell yourself your advice, but you want to somebody else have to say the advice for you to really get it. It's like that. Enlighten myself without even realizing it. But yeah, how y'all doing today? How's your day thus far? And where are you located? If you're new here on this live, where are you located? I'm personally located in New York City, and that's where I'm at. I am in NYC. Do 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 do. Do do me. Hey, how y'all doing? Thank you for coming back, whoever's in here. But I'm out here. I'm walking home at the moment. What does that smell? I don't know. And I'm just thinking and just, really I'm trying to grow my channel. That's one thing. I've been on this channel for a while. But I went back in my old videos, right? I think it was yesterday, the day before. Well, today is only Tuesday, right? So yesterday. Ooh, T-Mobile Tuesdays. I gotta see if they have any freebies. If y'all have T-Mobile and you live in America, well, I think T-Mobile's only in America. So if you have T-Mobile, which is a phone company, make sure you have T-Mobile Tuesdays. And I think it's one Tuesday out of the month. They give away free things. This time of the year, they give away like cups and stuff like that. In the spring, they give like umbrellas out. I didn't realize T-Mobile Tuesdays was out for so long. I think I've been out like 2012, maybe 2013. I was like, what? And I only know when I was in Shelter, I left 2018. Maybe not 2012 then. But their list has been open for like 7, 8 years now. I think it's 12 years from now. I think it's either 2012 or it was 12 years ago that I did my first T-Mobile Tuesday video, I believe. I forgot. Anyway, it's on my channel. But they give out free things. They get like, right now they're giving out Slurpees. One Slurpee a month. 7-Eleven is a large, which is pretty good. Substantial amount of slurp. And if you first open up the 7-Eleven app, if you're a new customer, you get points and you get points to buy like a small item like a Slurpee, I think a coffee, things like that. And a small, of course. So you get 2 bangs for your buck when you do that one. You're not even spending nothing. It's free buck. What else? And I try to use mine every month before the month is over. Get my money's worth. But T-Mobile Tuesdays is every Tuesdays. But you can they give you like free stuff or discounted meals, free meals. We have to usually go on to like, if it's Popeyes, you go on Popeye's app, download it. Have you ever had Taco Bell? I don't know, I think so. I know Papa John's. It happens to Wendy's. And I think Burger King too. I thought Burger King was part of the T-Mobile Tuesdays thing. Was it Boston Market? I haven't seen them in a while though. But they have done Boston Market. They have done Starbucks. But Starbucks is the only one was very competitive. I feel like everybody wanted the Starbucks. They only give us a limited amount of Starbucks money. Starbucks is cheap as hell. So that's the only thing. But the rest of them, you got like a week to get it and stuff like that. So yeah, I love me some T-Mobile Tuesday. I was glasses I got from T-Mobile because I usually have 2 to 3 phones. So majority of the time I had 2 phones, but I've been getting like 2 of everything, 2 umbrellas, 2 bags, 2 this, 2 that. I wanted a clear bag for the longest, and now I got 3. I have 3 phones, and T-Mobile gave out that, I think, in June or July. I think it was July. They give out clear bags. You know, like some places I don't go to concerts, but I know in different states, I think it's also because they have, the PPP loans are very loosey-goosey in other states. You have to have a certain bag. The bag can't be too big, and it has to be clear. Or it has to, yeah. It can't be too big. Or if it's small, it's fine, but it has to be clear. It has to be clear. So T-Mobile gave us a bag. It was clear. But obviously their name on it, you know. Other than their T-Mobile Tuesdays on it, it's clear. So I was like, yes. I got me 3. I was hyped. Do I have 3 or do I have 4? I have 3. I think in June or August, they had the bottles. Well, I know I gave somebody 1 away. Because I ended up getting 4. The day we went was Katanya's birthday, I believe. I'm pretty sure. It was her birthday. And the person, I was like, we had balloons. Hey, how you doing? On camera. Why be on camera? For what? For why? No reason. But, so, The guy stole his Katani's birthday. He gave her an extra one. Mind you, we already have 3 phones in our household, so we got an extra one, but I gave one away. Um, what else? What else is there? They give out a couple of things. I have a bunch of glasses. They usually give glasses around like Christmas time. So I have about 4 or 5 glasses. I'm lying. I have probably like 6 or 8 glasses from T-Mobile alone in my house. And there's only 2 of us there. But I get a 2 to 3 every year. There's one year, because like the first year they did T-Mobile Tuesdays, they're very strict on it. You have to do it that day to go inside. Now people have slowed down over time. Like, depending what the item is and depends with the location of the store. If it's a Times Square, I feel they have more stock there. They don't finish as fast. But before, things used to finish the day of, right? Now people are not going the day of anymore. It gets spread out. Also, winter time they also give out gloves. That's another thing. Like gloves you can use on your phone, which is smart because they're electronics. Yeah. So a lot of times now they have it there a day or two after, and they'll give it away with a purchase. Or if you just go and say you have any more items, they give it to you as long as you press the button. So yeah, the first like year or two, oh my gosh, you could never go in the day after. You could never really go in after 12, 1 o'clock, unless the store was like in the cut somewhere, like in a small neighborhood. If you went to a store, like I live in Brooklyn, so everything is like compacted on top of each other, so a lot of people are there. I mean, if you go to a place like in Queens, I'm pretty sure granted I haven't tried it, so I don't know, but because it has less people there, even though Queens is bigger, but they have more houses not instead of buildings, things are not gonna finish as fast. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. So let me see. I don't feel like getting. I don't want to get hit. The devil is a liar. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Didn't realize I was on that long. 12 minutes. Go me. What if I did a live for like a day? Or what happened? How would my phone feel? I'll have to use my iPhone. I don't care if that phone breaks. I do care if my Samsung breaks though. The Samsung is the best. It's like, remember that Samsung guy? Samsung guy? I love my Samsung. Like something like that. He was black. He had like curly hair. Smooth hair. I don't know how you explain it, but you know. He was cool. He was right. Samsung was the best. How you doing? I think you have a nice day too. You're from India? Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I already got texted really late. My bad. I'm walking and I'm trying to cross the street most of the time. I'm outside, so I can't read as much. But honestly, I'm also fine. Oh, that's good that you're fine. Very nice. Yes. I'm just okay. I read that already. Hey, how you doing? But I don't be reading the comments as fast. But most time people don't write on the camera on the comments, so I don't look down there as often. But thank you for giving likes and and comments and stuff like that. Good to go. I don't know. I'm tired. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. I'm not sure. I just see caution tape in my area. I don't know what's going on. Night's gonna call me today, like probably 30 minutes ago, telling me, oh, the elevator's gonna be down tomorrow. The girl was down last night. Well, what happened. I'm annoyed. Like, Nitro's really, it's getting to be dangerous now. Just living in this building. It's like, I know the new buildings are, also dying, but Nitro, their buildings, I feel like, are built strong, but they don't do the upkeep, so don't stay. And they put the cheap stuff, like the building itself, actually structure is built strong. They put the stuff that's inside to be garbage, and they don't maintain it. So that's why they had, like the other day, if you don't know, in the Bronx, a part of a Nitro building fell. And yeah, like if I was in a Nitro building, I wouldn't want to live there. But it's like, if you don't have no money to move, what do you do when you feel unsafe in your conditions? Like, do you just stay there? Do you not what should you do? I don't know. I don't have the answers for everything, but it's like I would, if I was them, I would withhold rent, and I'll tell them to move me to another nicer unit. But yeah, last night, all the nicer, the lights in my nicer complexes, all of them went out, and they came back on. I wasn't here when it happened, and the elevator when I came home wasn't working. So I think that's why they're doing an elevator, whatever, whatever. But I'm like, that means tomorrow, people who are supposed to get mail is not going to get mail because they're not going to go up on all those floors to give out mail. They hardly want to do the first floor, much less go on the other floors that people have. Whether it's a short building or a long building. You know, nicer buildings have different heights and what's not. What is this notice for? Is this for the elevator? I don't even know. Sorry. I can't even read right now. It's too tiny. But, yeah. Anyway, say, how you complaining about night shift? You still living here? I feel like I can't afford to go any better. I'll be scared to get out. I don't like talking about it as much because I'm like, obviously, talking about it, nothing happened. Thank you, Life for liking me and subscribing. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Girl, someone pooped in my bill. What? Oh no. No, they didn't. That is nasty. That's foul. Thank you for the likes. That is foul. I hope it's a dog. I would hope, you know what it is? Do they have people who are supportive housing in there? Like, cause they can have supportive housing, like the benefits in the neighborhood, but they have people who are supportive housing in their building. God, I feel like you cannot be in your right mind and poop in it. Like, I know, yesterday, I had to poop real bad. But I didn't poop in my elevator. And I had to walk up the stairs. So I'm trying to hold it in while I go up the stairs. And it can be done. Or you just do it yourself and then, throw the clothes away. I know that sounds crazy to do that as a grown person on yourself. Oh my God. That is gross. That is nasty. Tiffany, that's nasty. No. And people in this neighborhood don't like to pick up dog poop either. They want to have these dogs. All right, I don't know what it is with that. People don't want to clean up their dog poop. And they don't want to, what's the thing? They don't want to, what else? It's poop and something else. But there's a lot of stuff happening here. Like, oh my God. Oh my gosh. Well, that's technically his job, but it's like, that shouldn't be his job. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his job and he gets paid for it. But, especially if it's a human poop, a dog, okay, it's an animal. I'm not really a big fan of animals, but people are. So that I understand. But for you to be a big old grown person and to do that is crazy. A kid, I understand because it's a child, If a kid had to poop so bad and and it was like a 5-year-old and you couldn't get upstairs fast enough, you're in the elevator and they poop, I understand. But majority of the time, these are people. I'm going to come in, I'll be going, like they have different entrances in my building, right? And I'll be going throughout the other entrance. And one day I'm taking my daughter to school and I open that door. That poop smell smacked me in my face. It smacked me so hard. I was like, damn. And I was tight. I was titty tight about it. As I should be. Because why the hell is a human poop? You know what it is? Like, I'm a person. The sad thing about it is the homeless people who's doing it. In my building, majority, I don't think people residents who live there. It could be, but majority of the time it's gonna be a person who's homeless who's doing it in my building. I'm not gonna lie to you. So if I'm far away, wash my hands. But that's that part. But that's my population that I work with, homeless people. But majority of the time, the people who are doing it is the crackheads, it's the homeless crackheads. I'm not gonna lie to you. In my particular building. But that's what I got. Uh, I'm looking for soap. In my building, I live by a lot of homeless and crackhead people. And I'm not saying all of them are doing this, but a lot of times they're the ones doing it. They're also the ones messing up our locks to get in our building. So the other day, well, not the other day, but I guess how you see it. Sorry, I'm coming back. I gotta clean out my phone. I just got in. Amazon, all lights on. Alexa, all lights on. Alexa, kitchen 100%. I just got home, guys. Sorry. Alexa, kitchen. Why is there a pillow in here? Alexa, kitchen 100%. Why this Negro? Why did they turn it off? Alexa, kitchen 100%. Alexa, all lights off. Alexa, kitchen 100%. I don't know why I did that. Hey, how you doing? But yeah, so like, hold on, let me try to clean this down. All right, that's good. I can clean out with the, I'm not really doing that much touching. I don't mind cleaning actually with you guys on the screen. Yeah, if y'all don't know, I clean on my phone when I come in my apartment. There's too much germs out there, especially in New York City. Just be lollygagging with the germs on it. Like, that's crazy talk. People who do it, but I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. But what I was saying, yeah, people just, it's nasty. It's nasty out here. Yeah, lots of drug and yeah, that's the problem. I'm not saying if you're doing that. I particularly don't think you should be doing that. But you know, people, it's not my life. It's people's lives. They could do what they want. They want to destroy it. But the problem is that you're destroying it and being around other people, and that's where it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like we are getting damaged because you can't control yourself. And I know people get into those things because life be happening and then it's like a compulsive thing and they have to do it kind of thing. But like now you're bothering the rest of us. That's what pisses me off. Like you're not just bothering yourself, messing up your own stuff, selling your own things. You steal it from others. You're messing up other people's property. You're pissing me off. Like that's the truth. Like that's the truth. Yeah, you want to be a drinker. Yeah, you want to be an addict. Yeah, you want to do these things. But when you do these things and you're affecting other people, that's what bothers me. When you're a parent and you're affecting your child because you're not taking care of them properly, that's what bothers me. Now, I'm not, granted, I don't know what it is to be an addict, but I kind of do. I'm a food addict, and I know it's kind of hard when you're an addict. But the thing about it also, my addiction to food, hopefully y'all can hear me. My addiction to food is really affecting myself. Well, if I die from being obese, that's affecting my daughter. So that's I got to think about that. But initially, my addiction to food is only affecting myself. People, other addictions or people have, they're usually affecting the people. You're hurting others. Because if you're an UG dealer, not even an UG dealer, you'll be an UG dealer and not take anything. But if you are a UGgy, right? Usually, you're going to end up bothering people. You're going to steal when you can't get the money. You're going to be hurting your family. If you have kids, you're hurting them. The people come take your kids away because you can't take care of them properly. All these other things. So it's not like, oh, you're just affecting yourself. You affected the rest of us. We have to live around you. Like, it's not like we put you on an island by yourself and you just like, oh, let me destroy this island. No, you destroyed all of us. And then we have to all pay the consequences. On top of that, we have these rehabilitation centers because some of these things, a lot of these things, when they have addictions, right? Insurance is paying for this, or the city is paying for it because they have a city. Oh my God. Try again. I don't know what the password is for this damn thing. This is a problem. I don't want to get locked out of it. Bro. Do I want to press forgot password? I don't know what it is. Dang, I hope I don't get messed up on my iPhone. But I didn't put the password in that much for it to do that though. I'm like, I don't know. But it's like, now you're using public funding. What could be going into homelessness? We could go into DV. It can go to elderly care. It could be going keeping the crime off the street. It could go into youth services to make sure youth have things to do. But we're wasting money on this. And I know things happen. Like if somebody, passed away in your family and that really affected you, you can go, or if God forbid something happened to your child, and you go into like people like that, I really have sympathy for, because it's like you didn't plan for this to happen and it happened. Especially if something tragic happened to you, you didn't. But like, it's either people like that I really feel for. A lot of times people are on these things, something happens and why they got pushed to this point is like, what do we need to do? Because technically at this point is a mental, like, that's, if something happens to you and you end up on that, that's a mental health service, right? That we need. And I think people all should be getting that for free regardless. People shouldn't have to have insurance to get mental health services. So it's like, we need to catch it as society before it gets too bad that you're hurting people in your family, you're hurting yourself. So I think that part needs to be, it's like, it's so hard. It's like, some people, they just do it because they just got into it by accident, they got stressed, and they're like, Some people are got into it because they were really hurting from something what happened to them traumatic in their life. So it's a both and or, you know. Not really sympathetic, but not when you're hurting people. Not when you're cognizant and like, because you want to get your fix, you have to hurt others. I don't like that. Especially if it's a kid. Nah. Kids don't deserve that. Like, I'm really about, like, I'm really big on like not hurting kids, not hurting elderly, because those are like our most like vulnerable population in society. And a lot of times, elderly people are most forgotten. Like kids, I think people think about kids a lot more than they think about elderly people, and people forget. If you forget about elderly, you forget about yourself, because our like, not compared to Bible days, but like now recent times where all us have technology, you know, people are living longer. Not than ever before. Because if you look at the Bible age, 969 is the oldest person, but whatever. But if you look at like our times now, people live much longer than they did before. And if you don't think about the elderly, that means you are not thinking about yourself in the future. And if you think about it when you get in the future, it's going to be too late to get help. You got to think about it when you're younger, you're 20, 30, 40. So when you get to be 50, you know 50 is not old, but that's like is closer to retirement age, depending on, they might try to push that up to 70 at this point. But you got to think about it when you're 50, 60, when you're, you know, you can't think about it when you're 50 and 60, 70. It's too late. You got to think about it when you're 20 and 30. Think about retirement. Think about Social Security. You know, they try to take that away from us. Think about all these things, because that's what's going to affect you in the future if you live that long. You know, the way the crime is going, who the hell knows? But they have a lot of the Uggies over here. That's like a lot of them. And they be messing up our stuff. Like, they be just messing up our stuff. Like, damn, you don't even live here, bro. Why are you doing this to us? Rhonda and Lorden. I should, as a way to, and just, hold on, the would different, because I pay you for it. I chose Monday because it was a holiday, but I can't do it on a Sunday. I normally, sorry, I'm trying to do a work email. Don't do work on weekends. Crap, I'm trying to text y'all, talk to y'all. Lord have mercy. Somebody just wrote me a thing on here. Not very nice. That's on. Thank you. I don't know who that is, but I talked to them. They commented on my stuff on my YouTube channel. So I'm trying to look at my stuff, look at my notifications while I talk to y'all. But it's just like a lot of stuff going on, and then they're hurting us, like our stuff. And somebody said it's so hard for me, because we're like, we don't want them. We want them to be a part of the community, but we don't want them a part of the community. Like, it's hard, because like, if you're gonna be a part of the community and also not take care of the stuff that we have, it's hurtful. And it's like, we want you to be a part, but you cannot be hurting what we have. You cannot be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And I know all of us not dangerous. I know that. Because mental health comes in different ways, and like even schizophrenic. Like, I've been around people with schizophrenic, right? I think 2 that I really know that's schizophrenic, and I've never seen them do outrageous stuff. I know somebody who lived with a person who's schizophrenic, which I personally could not do. That's not for me. But she did it. But I technically kind of did. I did it for like a week. One of my students has schizophrenic. But I feel like it's kind of young when they had it, but yeah, it's like it's so hard. Like it really is so hard, and we have to just take care of our people. But we also like, if I was living in a building, I know a lot of people with like mental health is living there. If I think they're like, if it's violent, I'm gonna be like, because I have a kid. Like it's not only me I'm watching out for. I'm looking for my kid. And I want my kid. Like now, because where I live, my kid doesn't have the like ability to go outside like that. Like if I lived in a house, should be, there's less people around. There's less. Granted, when you live in a house area, stuff could still happen because it's like I live by a bunch of buildings. It's thousands, like over 3,000 people. If you think about where the projects is and how many people live there, and people who are documented live there, people who are undocumented live there, that's a lot of people, right? And you just never know who has what, who has ill intentions, who is a NOI. You're not supposed to technically, I don't even think supposed to be living here, but people don't be caring and they just having people around it, in the neighborhood regardless. So it's just so, even if, and then the guests come over, like, it's a lot. And I'm like, it's too much people. My child cannot really be outside like that. I don't take her outside because it's too much. I feel like too much things in the air. And that's not even counting the ugly and the people mental. Like, I'm just talking about my regular neighbors in my like community. It's too much people for me. Think about it, I love Brooklyn because it's just like a lot of people, a lot of vibes. But when it comes to my child socializing outside, that's where I have a problem with. That's why that's the only reason I love Queens, because you can go outside, you can breathe. It's like, but in Brooklyn, I feel like it's so hard. Even where the houses are in Brooklyn, it's much different than Queens. Like where I grew up and where I see houses in Brooklyn is just still a different atmosphere. And it's a lot. It's a lot. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Thank you for coming in. It's really a lot. And I want my daughter to have the best life she could have, but it's like I feel like I'm not doing what I need to do. Like I need to put her in a certain place, and it's like my daughter's 10, can't ride a bike. She's ridden a bike before, like a training wheel, but she can't ride a two-wheeler. We also don't have space to put a two-wheeler like in our apartment. So it's like, even if I got her to like a two-wheel bike, where we putting it? Cause we used to have the training wheel. We had that in my kitchen. Oh my god, it was just too much stuff. It was just too much stuff, and she hardly rode it. I felt bad for her. I really did feel bad for her. It's a lot. It's really a lot. I don't know. It's a lot. My brother was like, if you want to leave, you could go anywhere. I'm like, I really can't. He could go anywhere and live anywhere, but I personally cannot live anywhere because it's just, I want to be comfortable. I want to be able to get around. I don't want to rely on anybody. That's one thing. One thing I do not want to do is rely on anybody. I don't believe we should rely on people. I grew up not relying on anybody. I'm being taught not to rely on people, and I just never did that. So it's very hard. And I think that's why if I have a man, I need to have when I get a man in the future, God's willing, please, Jesus, I need to be able to rely on that person, you know what I'm saying? And to be able to get comfort from that person. My true comfort is in God, of course. But I need somebody I could just be easy and not stress about. Like, I want somebody I could really depend on. I think it's so hard to find that in men nowadays. But yeah. I was thinking of getting a Southern man. That's really, to me, that's really out of my comfort zone. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I might have to. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, subscribing to me. Oh, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Hi, Terry. What's going on? Kelly. That person's not Kelly. Kelly, bye. Also, if you're new here, I have very bad eyesight. So it's going to take me longer to read certain things because my eyes have to struggle to read it. So, but hi, how you doing? Thank you. Calby. Am I reading it? I feel like it's too much letters and it's too put together for my brain to comprehend what it's saying. Even though I feel like I think YouTube is different because stuff's squished together. Usually if a sentence is happening and 10 letters are missing, I could still read the sentence and not realize that 10 letters are missing. My brain just works like that. I don't know why. But there's certain things, if it's too drawn up together, I'm like, what is that? My brain is yeah. But it's just so, I don't know. It's so much. It's so much in society. I wish I could have a magic wand and to just make everything great for everybody. We could all just live in harmony and peace. And I think the sad part about it, to say that, is that means certain people would not even be in existence. Because certain people, like, we have a mixture of people, ideas, and things like things, right? And granted, people can get better over time, right? Which we all know, people get better over time. Well, most people should be getting better over time. Because like, when you're a child, you do as a child does, and over time, you hopefully grow up into a nice adult. The fact of the matter is, some people, they are not nice, and then they end up raising not nice kids, and they come to those kids come to not nice adults. Or it could be a parent who is not nice, raise a kid not nice, but they come out to be wonderful. But when you think of, if you do a magic wand and we take out people who are not doing nice to society, and because they're not doing nice to society, they're harming people, a lot of people just would not be here. If you really think about it, like, a lot of people wouldn't be here. And would that be a good, like, over time, would that be a good thing? Because you learn from, even though when a person's bad, you learn from them on how you should not be, right? If you think about it, you learn from, like, I know, I see people do some horrible things, like, hear about it or seen it, right? And I'm like, oh, I can't do that, because the outcome of what's going to happen to me would be, like, similar to them, so I don't do it. So how would people learn not to do stuff if they don't see it? So would eventually those people who are good at one point turn bad because they don't know how far bad is? Like, these are the things I think about on a daily basis, and I don't know why. It's like very, very weird. All right, Kel, thank you. Deal with, like, most people that are in jail. Yeah, and the sad thing about it, a lot of them are very smart. Like I told my daughter, no matter how smart you are, like, jail can be like a call. Like, a lot of people in jail, I try to explain to her, like, a lot of people in jail are hella smart, and some people in jail are just in there because it was the wrong place at the wrong time, and they didn't even do nothing. That's the sad part about it too. Oh, those people, and I know I was on a different tangent before. My brain just goes from here to there, but the people who go to jail and they really didn't do anything, and then when they get in the jail, they have to become a person they wasn't even supposed to be. Well, I can't say they wasn't supposed to be that way, because everything happens for a reason. Because, like, I'm thinking about those men, the Central Park 5, I believe that's what they were called, right? I I don't know what they're doing now, guys. Honestly, I didn't look it up. But in my mind, I feel like they're like probably advocating for people, right? They try to get back to their life. I believe they sued New York, but I feel like in my mind they're advocating to make sure that nobody who didn't do that crime gets in trouble. So I feel like everything happens for a reason. When you're in that situation, you're annoyed. Like when I was homeless for that year and change, I was annoyed. I'm like, why am I here? Why would this happen to me? And I'm like, woe me, woe me. And now look what I do. I help people to get out of homelessness. I help them understand that it's just only a period. Because when you're in it, well, for me anyway, I feel like this is my forever. It felt like forever. It felt like I failed. And at the time, I kind of did fail. Let's be honest. Homelessness is not unless it's like a tragedy, like a fire or a hurricane or DV. Like on those parts, you did not fail because it happened to you. I went homeless because I did not have the resources in life to help myself out. I was very naive. I was not given proper tool and guidance how to survive. So I failed myself and I failed my daughter, and I feel bad making her literally come out of my body in this world 10 years ago, 10 years and like 2 months ago, and not having nothing for her. Yeah, I had a college education. I think people think like also people who are homeless don't have a degree. I had a bachelor's degree in debt, and I had nowhere to go. Like, that's what it is. And I failed her. I did. And I try to make up for it every day. And it's hard to be a parent of trying to making something up for your child, and also still try to discipline to make sure they go on the right path and not give them too much, but make sure you don't give them too little because you kind of failed them in the beginning. It's hard. It is so hard. I don't know where I was going with this, but it's a lot. It's a lot being human. I feel like life just give you ups and downs. You're like, whoa, how does this happen? Yeah, that's the Did what the most of me. Okay, I read that already. Oh yeah, I was talking about prison, right? And people like that, who go to prison, who did not. It's like, from what I understand, prison changes people. Whether you did the crime or not, it changes people because you have to become almost a different person when you go in, and because you're over in there over time, you're definitely a different person over time, right? So it's like, especially if you didn't do it, you might come out a little bit harder than you actually went in. Like, you know what I'm saying? So my hearts go out to all the people who have been wrongfully convicted. To be honest, I know it has to be hard. It's to be put in the jail for something you did not do. It's crazy. And the people who have done it, I hope and pray that you find God and you become a better person. And if you get to come out, you don't do it again. My thing is, the people who don't rehabilitate properly is either the system is failing them or they're failing themselves. Because it's like, if you know you went to jail for this thing already, don't go back again. But if also if you're put your if example, if a person went to jail for robbing a bank, or robbing a store, a grocery store on top of that. Let me be very specific, right? Not like, oh, a Gucci store, a Prada, Fendi. No, they went to a bank and robbed it, right? Or they went to a grocery store. Why I say bank is bank means money. That means you need the money to buy stuff, right? Why I say grocery store? Because a lot of people don't have the money to buy stuff, so they have to end up stealing it to survive, right? These are two things. If they end up going to a Nike store and stealing, I'm like, no, you just pushing it. You belong in jail, right? That's how I see it. Unless you're gonna be boosting it, but still, you shouldn't be doing that, right? If society put this person back in the same environment, same predicament they had before, and not realize like, oh, maybe they went to the bank because they needed money, get them a job, give them some tools. And when go to jail, a lot of times they can't get proper jobs. People don't want to hire them because of who they are, right? Find something that they can do. You just don't put them out there in the street. Find something that they can do to actually help themselves. If you see they robbed a grocery store, like I saw a video one time when this young man robbed a store for baby formula. This is a grown adult. Well, it's either a kid or adult. I couldn't see, you just know it was formula. I didn't, this formula's not even for him. This is for a baby. Because what grown adult you out here just drinking Similac like that? Nobody is doing that. I believe it's Similac, but it's baby food for sure. It's like baby milk. And when you catch that person, like, oh, you're going to jail. But think about this. Did they have money to buy that? Baby food is expensive. God forbid the mom had passed away or they can't give. Baby food is expensive and we can only give you so much. And when you make to a certain amount of money, they say, oh, you shouldn't get that. But why I still got to pay bills because the baby is extra. Like, I don't. Society is so messed up and it's crazy. So that person went to jail. They didn't think about, oh, that person still has a baby out there. But they need to, like, if it's a grocery store, that person still have to eat. Are we giving that person services? Certain services you can't even get if you have a certain, I think, background too, I believe. I'm not sure about that actually. I have to look that up. If you have a conviction, can you get like food stamps and stuff like that? I'm gonna look it up. But like, even for NYCHA, now they have like a I think home program. Like they don't want people with certain, like, I think, felonies to live in NYCHA. I believe. I have to look it up because I know they have a program a couple of years ago that they started that if you do have somebody who's released from jail, you can come to NYCHA. But it's just like, we're not asking why. If you're just hurting like somebody, like you offering them, then I'm like, that person probably needs mental health. There's something happen. Like it could be a bunch of stuff. Like example, I think they're getting better with this. Like people who are getting trafficking, right? If they hurt the person, depending on what state is also in, I feel like this also matters because every state have a different law. But New York City, they don't care if you're getting trafficked. They say like, oh, you need to go to jail. If you hurt the person who hurt you, they're like, you need to go to jail. Like, why should I be going? They hurt me first. And for years, and when I finally stick up for myself and hurt them, I gotta go to jail. Like, it doesn't make sense. But New York City, from what I know with some of the laws, they're getting better with it, but they still have a long way to go. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, I'll talk to you later. I've been talking to myself, and it's okay. And it's okay. Later. Bye.